you're ready.
Am I starting this time?
Good if you want to.
Okay. Welcome back to our podcast. This is the second episode. My name is Alyson.
My name is Gabrielle. Don't call me that ever, please. It's Gabby. You did your full name, so I felt like I had to, but then I became very uncomfortable very quick.
I don't know, I always feel like it's weird being like, call me Allie.
Call me Gabby, please. Not my full name, please.
This is me name. This is what I respond to. Yeah.
If you're lucky enough, I might respond back. In a nice way. This podcast contains mature themes and language that may not be suitable for some audiences.
Listener discretion is advised. So I am the czar of this episode.
What's the czar? What's the czar?
We love a good old fucking Russian monarch.
Yes, we do. Oh, czar. Tsarina. Czar.
If
Czar.
I was a Russian monarch, I would definitely be Nicholas II because he was fucking useless. And that is me.
Wait, what? He was what?
He's fucking useless.
Oh my god.
Useless ass man.
Oh, that's just like my ass man at work. Useless. Ass man. Ass manager. Go on.
Anyway.
I ruin things. Go on.
Today we will be talking about the Salem Witch trial.
Oh, hot damn.
Woohoo!
Oh, hot damn.
I feel like most people are pretty familiar with it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Americans are at least, so I fucking hope so. But whether you're from the US or the UK, you're used to persecuting witches. We love a good old witch hunt.
Oh, damn.
But now we also get to discuss why it happened.
Yes, please.
Why were the Puritans going goddamn crazy?
More than usual.
That's a good question.
Ugh.
Who are the
continue.
Puritans? So, we could start this all the way back from the Bible. Make it a really long episode. Yeah, look at that. This is from the Old Testament. So, Jews, Christians, all alike. We all believe in putting witches and wizards to death by stoning.
Oh, damn.
It literally says, a man, a soul, or a woman that hath a familiar spirit, or being a witch/wizard, they shall stone them with stones. Their blood shall be upon them.
Oh, god damn.
Their blood shall be upon them. Familiar spirit is obviously, or not, maybe not obviously. It's like a witch's like comrade.
Yeah, like a cat or a toad or like Harry Potter Hedwig kind of deal.
Yeah, the Puritans saw dogs as a familiar spirit.
Really?
Yes. What they would do when they were trying to like accuse a witch, they would bake a cake with that person's urine in it and feed it to a dog.
Uh-huh.
And if the dog started acting the same way, or like started acting up, they're like, fucking witch.
You just fed a dog a cake with piss in it. Of course you're gonna act up. They're gonna be like, either A, they're gonna be like, what the fuck was that? That was nasty. Or B, dude, you just gave me a cake. I'm gonna follow you until you give me another one.
And like, I can't believe like dogs would. Well, dogs eat their own poop, I guess.
Dogs clean up when they vomit after themselves. So, I mean, that ain't far off.
Yeah. Yeah, there's like a record of Tituba, like one of the most famous accused witches, like baking the cakes. Like she herself actually, like I think she baked one or two.
Damn.
From what I could kind of conjure up.
Witch burn her.
And then, circa 420 AD, St. Augustine declares that witchcraft is an impossibility, and Christians don't like being wrong. So they said, fuck you, St. Augustine.
Oof.
You wrong-ass man. Thomas Aquinas in 1273 argues that demons exist and lead people into temptation.
Thomas Aquinas is also a bitch.
Oop.
Oop.
We're salty about Thomas.
For being forced to learn philosophy because I had to at school. Just learning Thomas Aquinas, I was just like, I forgot my whole entire argument, but I just proved his whole argument in like a really weird, lucid like statement in class, and everyone was staring at me, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck I just said, but I just disproved religion in a Catholic university.
I should say that most of the information I have is the University of Missouri, Kansas, their law school, has like amazing records of like the Salem Witch trials, like in-depth, like amazing websites.
Good job, Missouri.
So it's really cool. So it kind of gives you a background history before like the witch trials, so like back from the start. So Aquinas argued that demons had the habit of reaping the sperm of men and spreading it among women. He said men are demons.
I mean, honey, that's the truth, but damn.
So, in Aquinas' mind, sex and witchcraft began what will become a long association.
Yeah.
Demons, thus, are seen as not merely seeking their own pleasure, but intent also leading men into temptation.
Ooh.
Because you want to spread that demon, right?
Spread that seed. I'll never say that again. I want to wash my mouth out with soap.
So that was in 1273. The witchcraft trials in Europe started like mid-1400s. Mm-hmm. Okay, this is from the website. Torture inflicted on heretics suspected of magical pacts or demon-driven sexual misconduct.
Wait, what?
These horny bastards.
So, as we usually know now today, if half the time someone sees a titty, they lose it. So, in that time, someone see a titty, they possessed by a demon.
Yeah.
And Prob's doing some kind of witchcraft. God damn.
Them witches.
That's a witch titty. Oh no, she bad.
She's got the witch titty. To give a devil's advocate here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It kind of makes sense though, right? Because if witches have like a familiar spirit,
yeah,
they have like a dog or a cat or something, whatever it be, they have to feed off that demon life form.
True.
And they're not feeding off the real titty.
Well, they don't get from the real titty. Oof.
Ew.
Incognito titty.
Ouch.
Ooh. Ow.
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 So, like, to be honest, that is, like, if you believe in witches and, like, a familiar spirit, that does make sense. It
kind of makes sense. In a way.
In a really weird way.
In a weird ass
right?
way. Yeah.
So, 1606.
Mm-hmm.
Shakespeare's Macbeth is performed.
Oh, god damn shakes.
With our three witches, where our nice little coined term of double and toil and trouble is what? Keyed? Coined the term. Coined the term. There we go. What is it? Fire burning, cauldron bubble.
That's what it is.
Yes. Thank you, Shakespeare.
Thanks, Will Shakes.
Witch hunting in France broke out in the 1640s.
Oh, France. God damn it.
1682, England executes its last witch. 1682 was their last witch. Then the Enlightenment began in 1680s.
Yeah.
The late 1680s.
Yeah.
So they're like, oopsies.
They're like, huh. I know we done did that, but takesies backsies.
So the Enlightenment suggested that there was no empirical evidence that alleged witches cause real harm. Mm-hmm. And taught that the use of torture to force confessions was inhumane.
Truth.
Which is actually kind of like deep thinking for the time. You know
for
what I
that
mean?
time, yeah. It's like, if you keep hurting this person, they're going to just say what you want. Like, that's...
Because we kind of still do that now.
Oop. 9+ hours interrogation with no get out.
So the Salem Witchcraft trial started in 1692. Lasted for about a year into like 93.
Yeah.
From June to this says from June to September of 1692, 19 men and women were convicted. Yeah.
Damn. When you look at all that, it makes it seem like it goes on for like years, but it's only that long. Damn.
So there was like a lot going on in their community at the time. Because not only were they just settling into like Salem.
Yeah.
From being persecuted in England, they also had all like the native attacks.
Yeah.
So there was like a war going on. At the same time. So you have to remember, like, this is a pretty newly settled community. These kids are seeing like brutal acts of violence between their own community and the surrounding natives.
Yeah.
And then to add like another social issue, Reverend Paris was like hated amongst the community. Like a lot of people didn't like him.
None for nothing, but even just from the Crucible, I was like, I don't like this bitch.
Yeah.
I don't like this bitch. One bit.
So like, and it was his household that started the whole witch hunt. So it's kind of like, there was a lot of social unrest, right?
Yeah.
So why did the Salem witch trial start? What caused it?
Abigail Williams being a little bitch.
Yeah.
If Arthur Miller taught me anything.
So, what part of it was teenage angst? Was it childhood abuse? Coming from such a strict religious family?
Yeah, because God forbid if you dance a little bit because you're happy, the devil took over your body and you must be...
Exactly.
Must atone for your sins.
And, like, the people in the community weren't treated well.
Not at all.
And was some of it PTSD from seeing such violent acts occur?
Like that, and then also the adults ran away from persecution, so it's kind of weird that they're so quick to do it amongst themselves, though.
Yeah.
Damn.
Because, I mean, there's so many, like, accounts of, like scalping and, like... ugh. And, like...
I think I remember them,
murder.
like, in the Crucible, they did say stuff like, we saw this happening, we saw this, like, actual, like, scalping and shit happening.
Yeah, so we're, like, the, like, thrashing and, like, hallucination episodes are just a part of, like, PTSD? Was it just trauma? Mixed with a strict household?
Could have been.
Was it just teenage angst?
Everything is teenage angst.
Because, like, imagine how fucking bored you are.
Oh my
back
God.
then. Like, even now, like, teenagers, like, throw little fits because they're bored. And we have all this technology. Everything's happening right in front of our face. And we still get bored.
My ex, when we were 18, willingly let himself get maced with a bear mace because everyone was fucking bored.
Exactly, right?
Teenagers that are bored are fucking destructive.
How many people just fucking light fires because they're like, well... Why not?
We would light, with the lighters at work, we would make a pile of hand sanitizer and light it on fire because we were bored and there were no customers. Exactly.
So imagine, like, back then, you're like, oh, what can I do?
I'm going to eat this leaf, hopefully I trip out, and then I'll dance around a fire.
Because, like, imagine, like, just not long prior was, like, all that shit going down about witches in England.
Yeah.
So obviously it spread. Witches were still a pretty big threat. So they're like, let's just go fucking accuse this homeless woman of being a fucking witch. See where it goes.
Especially since now they're seeing a bunch of, like, different people. They don't know who the hell they are. They look completely different from them. It doesn't go far from that to say maybe these are the witches. And then even with Tituba herself, just like...
Yeah.
She is the mind literally and figuratively the minority there. She barely speaks any English, so it's easy to just say, yep, she won too.
Exactly. Like, she was so easy to accuse. And for the most part, they did pick people that were pretty easily, like, was it Sarah Good that was the... She was homeless. She was a beggar.
Yeah.
There were, like, people didn't go to church. Oh, she's a witch. She didn't go to church last Sunday. Fucking witch. How easy was it to accuse someone of being a witch back then?
Too easy.
Exactly. And then it wasn't just, like, the little, like, I don't know, social cues, right? Like, it got to the point where, you know, it's newly settled land, so there was a lot of land disputes.
Yeah.
That land was mine. No, it's mine. So what are you going to do? That bitch has the land you want?
Witch. Witch.
Witch. Now that land is yours.
Mm-hmm.
Someone has more money than you and you might inherit it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Witch. Like, you can just point your finger and call anyone a witch.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's so hard to deny being a witch. How do you prove you're not a witch? You can't, right? There's the one that's like, they tie...
Oh, my witch's titties is out. I'm a witch.
My witch titty out.
Ooh.
Yeet. Well, kind of yeet.
Put her
right?
in a barrel, yeet. If she float, she come back. Otherwise, yeet.
Ow. Cause keep that in. Cause you would like they would tie your pointer finger to like your opposite toe and throw you in the lake.
What the fuck?
If you float, you're a witch. If you drown, you were innocent.
But guess what? You dead.
That's like they did try to like fish you out, right? But sometimes they weren't fucking quick enough.
Also,
You know what I
it's
mean?
like what was this? The very late 1600s? You said?
Yeah,
Late
1692.
So what are they gonna? If they throw you in a river, which they don't know how deep it is, how are they gonna fish your ass out?
They're not.
They're gonna wait like a week until your body floats, and then they'll be like,
Let's see.
she was a witch.
Like, can you
She's
imagine?
even blue now and falling apart. She is a witch.
I don't know how most people feel, but like I hate water. I'll do anything to avoid it. Like, so you chuck her in the water, like, yeet, send the witch. You're like, ah, she's not floating.
To Atlantis with ye. Goodbye.
But I don't want to get wet.
No, fuck no.
I don't want to go for a swim, so like, let's wait a while. Let's
Girl,
see.
I can't swim. I know I would sink because I'm innocent.
So, let's say you are accused. What are you going to do? What are you going to do about it? Just off the top of your head. I'm like, witch. I point my finger, you're the witch. What are you going to do?
It's because I'm tan, ain't it?
Yes.
Ooh, hell, they don't give a shit then. I would have been a slave, probably. Goddamn. Ooh. Are you fucking me right now?
She's dark enough.
And then we realized we actually are, like, definitely. Ooh.
Ooh.
Excuse me. Sorry. Like, I don't know how you would even explain yourself out of it. Because even in just, like, watching The Crucible, like, you literally want to be like, show me proof. Like, this bitch lying. And then all she has to do is pull out her associate's degree in acting she got from the church revival of Jesus Christ being born story during Christmas time and writhe on the ground pretending she's dying, and then all of a sudden you're hanged.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's pretty much nothing had to happen except someone like shrieking and staring at you.
Or like what was it, the little yellow bird?
The little like canary or something.
Yeah.
Like the one girl, I think she like threw her, like it was flying in.
Like, because spectral evidence was fine then.
And then all of them were just staring at it. It's like, that's a canary. You literally let it loose in here. Oh no, we're staring at it.
Oh my god, the witch.
Or like, Sarah Proctor, because everyone's fucking name was Sarah. I think her name still was Sarah. Sarah Proctor, everyone knows Sarah.
Sarah, Rebecca.
Sarah and John. Sarah, John, Rebecca, biblical names.
Exactly.
She had like poppets in her house, but it's like, a poppet literally looks like a regular doll you would sew up for your kid, and she had kids.
Yeah.
So it's like a poppet literally just looks like you take the clothes off like a toy doll, like stuffed doll, and it looks like a poppet.
Yeah.
So, like, that's barely any proof, on that.
She had a whole ass doll in her house. That's a witch. It's like, no.
She had a book besides the Bible or a cookbook in her fucking house.
If they saw a woman reading something that wasn't the Bible, that's a witch.
God forbid it was in her own handwriting. Who taught her to write? Who the fuck taught her to write?
And it's like, yeah, so much of it is just like men hating women. Because like if a woman wasn't like submissive to her husband and she was independent in any sort of way, witch.
Well, they would have lit my ass up a long time ago.
Oh, yeah. We would have got hanged. No doubt about it.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. So what did people do when they were accused, right? Mm-hmm. You could accuse someone else. Well, I was signing the book of the devil, but she was too.
Oh, fuck.
She made me do it.
You can turn in your whole damn squad.
Exactly.
We in this together, bitch.
Well, yeah, I signed the devil's book, but only because she made me. Ooh. Ooh.
But, like, does that excuse you, or does that, like, all of you are... Is it like High School Musical final, we're all in this together kind of thing? We're all going to hell together.
But, like...
Can I just have a TikTok of people doing the fucking Wildcats thing, but just to the gallows? Because that's pretty much what happens in the Crucible near the end. It's just like, we're all fucking dying. Because I saw one the other day where someone did that, but it was the Camp Rock march, like, where they're all doing their Camp Rock thing, and I was terrified because it reminded me of me walking by when you were fucking watching Camp Rock shit, and I was just like, because it was the only fucking thing on TV, and I couldn't play my video games because you were watching Nick Jonas and Joe Jonas trying to suck Demi Lovato's dick. Naruto wouldn't, Rock Lee wouldn't treat me like this, and you know it. Naruto running the fuck out of this house.
Tiana's like, anime fucked me.
I have the power of God and anime on my side. You're a witch.
You're a witch.
Was the Crucible real?
What?
Was that based on a true story?
Yes.
The bitch telling it right now.
No, I just didn't know that.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. No,
he took like documents.
Arthur Miller did documental research and just made it like this is probably something like what happened.
You can read like the convictions and the arrest warrants and like things like that.
John Proctor, Sarah Good, Sarah Proctor, and
Sarah Nurse
and my fucking boss ass bitch Giles Corey.
Yes, let's talk about Giles Corey.
Boss ass bitch Giles Corey.
Okay, Giles Corey or my favorite way to get out of an accusation? Which one? Which one
Favorite
first?
way to get out of an accusation, and then my homeboy.
Okay, so my favorite way to get out of being accused is just to get pregnant. Because they're not going to hang you if you got a baby in you. And someone did that. Someone did do that, yeah.
Was it Sarah Proctor? Because they were like, we gonna let this last longer because you having your husband kid.
I think it was like Elizabeth Proctor. I think it was like
was
Elizabeth
that her
someone.
name?
I don't know.
Everyone's name was Sarah.
I kind of thought that too.
Actually,
like if it was a witch baby.
Like they could get around that by saying, what if that's the spawn of Satan? But then also at the same time, let's be honest, they would at least let the woman birth the spawn of Satan before stabbing it.
Yeah. But the only problem with that accusation is most of the most of the people in prison were women.
Yeah.
So who's gonna get you pregnant?
So would they like just literally seduce the guards, or like what would they do?
I think only one person did it.
Or like
I think
do
it was
like
her
visitation
husband. Who knows?
with her husband if he was still alive and not accused. Oof.
But you just gotta like hope that the witch trial like goes on long enough. You know what I mean? Like you just want to like birth that baby. Like time to hang. Okay. Guess how old the youngest person to be accused was?
Oh.
They weren't killed, only accused.
4.
You're right.
Oh, are you fucking me right now?
Well, no, but yes.
Please don't, but damn.
Her name was, I think, Dorothy Proctor?
Oh, Dorothy. God damn it, Proctors.
Oh, it wasn't Proctor. They didn't call her Dorothy, though. It was weird. Oh, Dorothy Good was her name. Her name was Dorothy Good. the daughter of William and Sarah Good.
Oh, Sarah.
Mm-hmm. I forget so basically what happened. So her mom was accused, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I think it was like Abigail and her shit friends again.
Yeah.
They were like, Dorothy bit me. She's a witch. And they're like, yep, she's a witch.
Because you want her mom dead.
Yeah, and like she's a 4-year-old. 4-year-olds bite. Like I don't know if you ever met one, but they bite.
When I was
Hard.
3, I bit my mom in the back of the leg and made her bleed.
Yeah,
Like,
kids do
damn,
that.
I'm still alive. Shit.
So yeah, she was 4 years old. But funny enough, when they were like writing the warrant of arrest, they wrote her name as Dorcas.
Dorcas.
So that's how she became known as Dorcas.
Fuck.
I hope I'm pronouncing it right. But literally every like account of her that wasn't the warrant all had her name spelled as Dorothy.
Yeah.
But in history, she is known as Dorcas Good.
You know, if there was any way to go down in history, like, girl, you done it. You lived and you done it.
Dorcas.
Dorcas be good.
Dorcas good.
Keep ya.
I'm really surprised though, because I believe she did spend time in jail.
How are you going to keep a 4-year-old in jail?
So, and like, the states of those prisons were very, very bad. Like,
Oh, yeah, they were terrible.
disease-ridden. Most people were malnourished. So, like, I'm really
And then
surprised she lived.
Yeah. I'm surprised she didn't die.
I really wish, like, her story was known, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, like,
I had no idea about her.
yeah.
Like, damn.
Like, a little poor fucking 4-year-old just bit someone.
Like, you know, there was, like, an old-ass woman that was accused, but you never heard about the 4-year-old.
Yeah. Like, poor Giles Corey, who was, like,
Child.
late 80s.
And he was just like, fuck you.
Yeah.
My wife ain't a witch. Fuck you.
Because he refused to stand for trial.
Yeah.
So, like, all right, get the stones out. Fucking press the man.
Boss ass bitch, Giles Corey.
He was a cool guy. He was the only one of the accused who didn't die on Gallows Hill.
Damn.
That's because they pressed him nearby.
Because he was just like, fuck you. More weight. Por favor.
More weight.
If he said por favor, dead ass, they would have looked at him and been like, he is speaking in
Oop.
tongues. Kill him.
Tongues. Hang him.
Tongues. Death. More stones.
What's funny, though, I know it's like 1600s and like everyone was being hanged by this point.
Yeah.
But if you like go and read like the, not convictions, but like the documents that talk about what their sentences. If
Yeah.
you go and read their sentences, they literally say hang until dead.
So they don't even make sure they're hung correctly.
So it's like, because a lot of people, because that wasn't like the original statement, it would just say they are to be hanged.
Mm-hmm.
And they'd get hanged and they'd live. So they're like, well, we have to let them go because we carried the sentence out. So if you say hang until dead, if you didn't do it right, you just have to die.
Oh,
like, they'd
my
leave you
God.
there.
They would leave you there until you just suffocate.
Yeah.
Or your neck's broken, so hopefully...
Yeah, it was just a way to cover themselves
Like,
in case it wasn't
damn.
done right. It's just, like, scary.
What a way to cover a loophole in the 1600s, goddamn.
Yeah, I kind of want to know when it was added. It's like, by then, how many people were already,
Like, it makes
dead?
you wonder how many of the witches were, like, hung, but then still lived, and they're like, fuck. Okay, fine, you can walk. And, like, just ran.
It's funny.
Oh, my God.
But if you do
Or
want
were,
a
like,
good
buried
book,
alive.
there is one book. It's called The Heretics' Daughter by
Mhm.
Kathleen Kent. She is a descendant of one of the people who was killed.
Fuck.
One of the witches accused. So it's pretty cool because it follows like the stories and the documents, and it's really, really interesting.
Ooh.
I would fully recommend it. I lost the book, so I
Oh,
could
no.
not bring it in today.
Oh.
Sis lost that shit, but it is good.
All I know with Giles is that because I have wanted to visit Salem myself for like the last couple of years, and all I know is that he like said a curse on Salem, and
Yeah, you're
he
right.
like they are like terrified because like all like the sheriffs, or I'm totally gonna get
Oh,
this
I know
wrong,
what you're talking
like
about.
all the sheriffs like subsequently after, like, somehow, I don't know how, like, years, it has kept in the same family. Like, just like, oh, my dad was a cop, now I'm going to be a cop. Oh, my dad was a sheriff, I'm a sheriff. Like, that kind of thing. Or just in general, whoever it was passed to, they, like, got sick mysteriously. They ended up with a disease mysteriously. They would die of a heart attack even if they were in perfect health. So people are like, yeah, Giles Corey cursed this fucking land, so don't be a cop here.
They don't have sheriffs anymore in Salem. They don't, like, have the title.
Why.
Yeah.
Just out of superstition, they're like, we, no more sheriff.
They're like, yikes.
They're like, yikes, my dude, you don't want that.
No more sheriffs.
They yeeted that badge into the river.
I did go to Salem.
How was that?
I went to Salem in 2013.
Huh.
It was super cool. I don't remember too much of it, because it was, 6 years ago.
True.
But they have, like, some pretty cool museums, and you can go in John Proctor's house.
Oh, God. They kept that?
Yeah.
Fuck.
I think his is the only one standing. If I'm not wrong, it's John Proctor's house.
Damn.
It's kind of, like, creepy, though. You get some creep-ass vibes.
You probably got some really vibes. Especially if it's, like, the only building from that time still standing.
There's that one, and then, like, the House of Gables, or whatever.
Ooh.
I went to Gallows Hill.
Oh,
and
fuck.
that was spook. That was fucking spooky.
Time.
They took us on a tour, like a ghost tour. And the guy, like, gave us this warning. He was like, don't take any pictures. Because, like, I was, like, 13 at the time. Everyone wants to, like, try and get a picture of a stupid ghost. He was like, don't take any pictures. Or no, it wasn't on Gallows Hill. At this part, we were, like, in the cemetery where a lot of them were buried.
Yeah.
And he was like, don't take any pictures. No matter what you do, don't take any pictures. So we're like, why? Why, though? He was like, most people who take pictures, if they see something in their picture, they, like, suffer terrible, terrible deaths.
Motherfucker.
Yeah. So one of my friends took a picture.
God.
Yeah, he took a picture, and they kind of thought they saw something in it. And we were like, you dumb. Delete that.
You dumb bitch.
Oh, yeah. So he took a picture in the graveyard where, like, a lot of the witches ended up being buried. I don't think it was, like, the early witches, because you couldn't, like, bury them.
Yeah.
But it was, like, the ones that were, like, persecuted later. They were like, oopsies. And actually gave them, like, a proper burial. And he took, like, a picture in there. And then after he kind of, like, saw something in the corner, I wasn't too sure if he saw something, he, like, fucking quickly deleted it. But I was like, dumb. You took the picture already. You already cursed yourself.
Like, y'all already fucked up, kid. Like, why would you do this? Like, they say it for a reason.
They did say, though, that one guy, I think he was, like, 20 or 30s area, when he took a picture, he was, like, with his twin brother. He took a picture of his brother, and there was something, like, right behind him. And for, like, the next week, he kept having, like, these terrible events, like, keep happening, like, fires, like, really bad things. But as soon as he deleted the picture, it stopped. He was fine right after. But, like, still, why would you fucking chance it? Why would you chance it?
They don't know what they're talking about. They only are forced to learn everything about this place. They don't know what they're talking about.
Exactly. But it is pretty cool, though. There's, like, museums, and it's a little bit capitalistic.
Yeah.
But still, it's pretty interesting.
As is everything. When there's something that happened there, they're going to be like, hey, you want this? We got so many witch shops here. Oh, you okay? Oh, no, there we go. Now look at this place where all the witches were killed.
I do, however, think that people who are from Salem or around the area are a little bit freaky. Like, everyone who is kind of born in that area is a little bit, like, Halloween-ish.
Like Halloween Town vibes?
Yeah. There's two twins that they still live in Salem. They're tattoo artists. They are, like, exactly what I picture when you say, like, male witch. Like, wizard. Like, they have, like, the dark hair, and it's really cool. But it's freaky. They only do, like, spooky-ass tattoos.
Well, that's heckin' rad.
But I would so go to them. Because it's pretty cool, right?
Go to Salem, get a fucking tattoo while you're there. Why not?
Would you like to listen to a bibliography I found?
Sure.
So this is about Deliverance Hobbs. She was around 50 at the time of the witch trials.
Yeah.
It all started with her daughter, Abigail. Because it always starts with an Abigail.
Always fucking starts with an Abigail.
These Abigails were out of control.
Fucking Abby.
Out of it. So all three, the wife, the husband, and the daughter, were all accused of witchcraft.
What the fuck?
And it all started with Abigail.
Abigail, cut your shit.
It doesn't say how old she was, but she was like, a child.
Let's give her 8.
8.
They're chaotic at 8.
All right, 8. She had a reputation for being wild and disrespectful.
Oh, she little shit.
She would brag that she wasn't afraid of anything, and she mocked the holy sacrament of baptism.
Damn.
She was one of the first arrested.
What?
Yeah. One of the first. I feel like, actively, shaming a holy sacrament is, big old witch vibes. She,
when it's a kid that, literally doesn't understand to the point where, for the most part, it's like, why do we do this? Because the Bible says so. For kids, that's not a good enough answer because they keep saying why.
But here...
So...
But here's what she would do. She would throw water on her mother's head while reciting what the priest says during baptism, word for word. So, a little spooky. I'd probably call her a witch, too.
Do these kids see a shit ton of baptisms? I would assume it
I
goes
feel
on
not.
during... Huh?
I feel like they wouldn't because of, infant mortality rates. Of the time. To be fair.
I feel like it's between, obvious infant mortality rates and then the fact that they're if you have a child, it is what Christ gives you, so have that child. So it's between that, I feel like they might at least see a few baptisms in their time, even if they're 8 or 10.
Yeah. I don't know.
But verbatim, it's kind of weird. That actually happened to me when I was a kid. I was reciting word for word as the priest was going during Christmas Mass. I have no fucking idea how, but I was, and I was 9.
So Abigail enthusiastically contributed to efforts to accuse and convict other witches.
Oh.
She went out of her way. She was like, that bitch a witch, this bitch a witch, and here's why.
All y'all bitches. Witches.
She was a witness of both her parents. Can you believe that? Being yep, mom's a witch, dad's a witch, get 'em. I can't imagine doing that.
In my head, I can only imagine that she's, a child. Now I'm, bringing her age down to, 6. I can't imagine,
But the parents were in their 50s.
They still get freaky.
Alright.
But, I can't imagine someone, teenage years, Abigail's age, willingly being oh, yeah, my parents are witches. You should definitely hang them because they suck and told me that I couldn't ride my horse this weekend. Or whatever the hell you do in Puritan times that you couldn't do for fun.
So, her mother was arrested first before her father. So she stood against her mom, and then both were convicted. Both Abigail and Deliverance Hobbs are both convicted at this point of witchcraft. And then they bring in the husband, and they both testify against him. So, they all had it out. Because, accusing someone else kind of saved your own butt in a way.
Yeah, but it's,
right?
Literally, a 3-way just triangle of pointing fingers. And it's you guys are just making each other look more guilty.
Yeah. The mom was she was the 4th resident of Salem to confess to practicing witchcraft, preceded by her daughter.
Wow. Damn.
But guess how many of them weren't hanged?
How many?
All of them. All of them survived.
And they were among the first ones to
Yeah.
be accused and confess?
Like 4th and 5th to confess to practicing witchcraft.
Like, did they just not keep a line, or was it just like whoever pissed them off the most was the one that was going to be hanged soonest?
Probably the person to make the biggest noise, I guess.
Yeah. Because, like...
Or, like, the people you really wanted gone, you know, right?
Yeah.
Like Sarah Good. They're like, fuck that bitch.
For Abigail's sake, if that all with John Proctor was true, Elizabeth Proctor, or whoever John Proctor's wife is. I keep getting their names mixed up now.
Yeah.
Like, if it wasn't for the fact that she was pregnant, Abigail kept making the most noise about her, and to shut her up, they would have hanged her next, probably.
But Deliverance also accused other people. Abigail was accusing, like, everyone, because, you know, child. But Deliverance went on to, like, point the finger, too.
Maybe they just kept her as, like, an expert witness, then, for so long, that they're like, oh, shit, we forgot she was a witch, too. We should have hanged her.
Deliverance confessed again after George Burroughs was brought to Salem and accused. She freely implicated that Burroughs was in the circle of witchcraft in Salem and claiming he was the leader of meetings. But not only did she accuse this man of being like the ringleader to all of the Salem witches, she also claimed that her mother-in-law served the refreshments of red wine and red bread at the meetings.
Ooh.
Like, this bitch was like, fuck that woman.
Like, it's enough to accuse your husband, but just be like, I really hate this bitch.
Yeah. So,
like, damn.
Both Deliverance and Abigail both confessed to being witches, and then went on to accuse others.
Yeah.
But, William Hobbs, the husband, he denied all accusations and was in prison until December of 1969. And then he said, yeet, and got out of town.
Yeah.
He said, fuck this place.
He's like, these bitches crazy. I'm not going back. Goodbye.
Exactly. So, back to the question. What did cause this, like, mass hysteria?
Yeah.
Of crying a witch every way. So we covered greed, wanting other people's land, wanting money.
Yeah.
We said boredom, PTSD. So impact of Native American wars, we got it. Teen angst and patriarchal oppression, covered it.
Still true, like, 3+ centuries later.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck.
The cold weather theory was proposed in 2004 by Harvard graduate Emily Oster that suggests the weather might have been the cause. So, the weather in Salem at the time also correlated with the European outbreaks between the 13th and 17th century. They also had bad weather during their little witch hunt. The same bad weather that Salem had. So she theorizes that the connection stems from the fact that witches were believed to control the weather and destroy crops. So when they're like, oh shit, my food low, that bitch did it.
But a bitch gotta eat too. Why would she do that?
Good fucking question. They weren't thinking of logic back then.
Oh, it would be like if their crops weren't working, but somehow this bitch's crops were somewhat okay.
Oh, yeah.
It was obviously her fault.
So my theory, well, not my theory, obviously. I'm not that smart. Smart, not that smart. Which also kind of correlates with the cold weather theory, is a theory introduced in 1976 by Linda Capariel, who theorized that the cause of the bizarre physical afflictions first witnessed in these bewitched girls could be the result of ergot poisoning.
What?
Ergot.
Ergot?
Yes. Ergot is a parasitic fungus, which, in the right conditions, can grow on grains. The fungus, LSD.
Puritan LSD.
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
It's an LSD derivative. Or no, LSD is a derivative of this fungus.
Oh, shit.
It has been known to cause convulsions, hallucinations, and pinching sensations. Because if you remember,
Because they were like,
girls would be like, oh my god, the witch is pinching me. I'm being pinched.
it'd be like, girl, your clothes too tight. That's why it's pinching.
Girlfriend. The
Damn.
weather conditions in Salem Village in the winter in 1691 was just right enough for ergot to grow. And like most drugs, this is from an article I will quote later, like most drugs, children and females are the most susceptible.
Huh.
So that could...
Actually, that's something I never realized. No, like, little, like, it's a thing to target children anyway. For, like, evil witchcraft, they target children. But you never heard anything of little boys saying anything, only the little girls.
Yeah.
Damn.
Anyway, the article is 6 logical explanations for the hysteria behind the Salem Witch Trials.
Shit.
Kind of covers all the theories that I've mentioned and, like, kind of breaks it down a little bit more.
Yeah.
Like, because I would say, like, teen angst and patriarchal is, like, one for them.
Yeah.
And then they do, like, boredom in another category. But for me, teen angst and boredom kind of go hand in hand.
Ooh,
or, like, cold
true.
weather theory and the ergot poisoning kind of also go hand in hand. They're like, oh, cold weather, bad weather, LSD.
The Crucible, but done during the drug escapades of the 70s and 80s.
Yes, don't forget
Fuck.
The Crucible by Arthur Miller, which I have a copy of, because it's one of my favorite plays. I really like it, actually.
He fucked Marilyn Monroe. He did.
Really?
He was married to Marilyn Monroe, Arthur Miller.
My favorite thing about The Crucible is the Cold War implications.
Exactly.
That is literally my favorite thing about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because we love a good old witch hunt, whether we're hunting witches or commies.
Or apparently Republicans, as they say. We don't go into that. We're not getting political on this podcast. Maybe.
Mm-mm.
No.
Maybe, though.
Maybe.
But maybe.
We'll literally
maybe.
just poke the tip of that iceberg and not touch it at all.
It's kind of weird how we, like, make this other, though, right? Like, the Jews were the other. The Catholics were the other.
Yeah, it's always the other.
The witches, women.
The us and not us.
Yeah, the commies.
The
I remember it so much from the class I failed last semester, but basically, the biology, that's the most I've ever learned, and I failed it. But anyways, basically, it's human nature to always constantly want to be a part of the, like, us versus, like, them. And they're always looking for a them.
even in sociology, you're always looking to be a part of a majority rather than a part of a
And no
minority.
matter what, even if there isn't a minority, everybody's always going to find something to make it us versus them.
Yeah.
So if you think about it like that, I said at the beginning, Proctor was very disliked in the community.
Mm-hmm.
So that would have created, like, a good social separation between, like, Abigail and some of the other, like, kids in the community.
Yeah.
So maybe Abigail just kind of lashed out to create a different us versus them. Because at that point, she was the them.
Yeah, she was.
So she wanted to get back to the us.
Because wasn't Abigail like the Reverend's niece? Like she wasn't even his actual daughter.
No, but his daughter was inflicted after
and her
Abigail.
parents were scalped by Indians.
Yes.
Native Americans, I apologize.
It's the language of
for
the
the
text.
basis of the time and the play.
Yeah.
Because
Who's the other, like, shitty little bitch that was there, too? Mercy? No.
Mercy.
Mercy?
Uh,
But, like, her family was scalped, too.
yeah.
But she was, like, a wild child.
I remember the one that was, like, always just freaking the fuck out was she Mercy?
I think so. Wasn't she, like, wasn't, like, servitude, but she was, like, living in the Proctor house. But she didn't get along with anyone.
Yeah.
She wasn't related to anyone. It's just, like, she had nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Was she living in the Proctor house? I don't remember.
He had an actual daughter.
Yes.
And she was in the house. I forgot her name, but she was
I
like
think
the
there was
youngest
3
one.
girls.
Oh, there was it started with the 3 and it ended up
It
in a whole
expanded,
group.
yeah.
And then they were like, Tituba taught us this stuff. And it's like, blame the black lady. Good
Exactly.
job.
Where was Tituba from? Barbados?
I think she was from Haiti.
Haiti.
Like, somewhere in the Caribbean, like, Haitian and stuff, which comes with its own beliefs, like voodoo and African beliefs mixed with Christian beliefs and all that kind of stuff, just creating its own religion, which when you look at it, you're like...
Just really cool.
You're like, oh, it's fucking great. But you also look at it from a Puritan standpoint. You're like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. Because, like, if you look, like you said, from a Puritan standpoint, where you want to create a very pure religion, and you see people mixing your religion with other elements of their culture, it gets whack.
Like, take instance Puerto Rico brujeria and santeria. It's like you take like Christ and you take all like very like Western religious stuff, and then you also mix it with voodoo, African gods, Oshun, and then even to the point where I went to our local spiritual store and they were selling under the santeria-ish section because they're kind of like sectioning it a little. I even saw like ojo de, I don't know how to say bat in Spanish, but like eye of bat, alligator claw, this, that, voodoo pins. And it's like you walk from the kind of like Christian section where there are crosses, there are angel statues, there's a snake, and then you walk across the store and you go here, someone that's strictly associated with the crosses walking over to that side will be like just terrified if they have never been exposed to anything else and are taught that anything else aside from that is bad.
Do you know what I've always found weird? Christians versus Catholics.
Gianna, cut that out. Gianna, cut that out. It makes me laugh because and that's why we drink. Every time they're like, ooh, and they're like, Eva, write that down. I'm just like, our new pin's just gonna, if we ever get to the point where we just make merch, we'll just have
write that down.
We'll just have a whole like a little scissor emblem that just says Gianna, cut that out.
Gianna, cut that out.
With just slicing audio.
How should we wrap it up? If you're interested in witches, there's a pretty cool history behind them and their position in society.
And I am going to go home and hug my tarot cards and pendulums and all that kind of shit. Just be like, blessed be.
If we were alive back then, all three of us would be witches.
Oh, I would have fucking...
We would all be dead.
They wouldn't have even waited for me to be convicted. They'd be like, let's yeet that bitch in a river. She ain't gonna float.
Yeet.
God. Nah.
But do your research about it, because it is cool. Go to Salem. It's fun. If you're looking for any cool reading, documents, UMKC School of Law has amazing websites with a bunch of information all about the trials. That is the University of Missouri, Kansas City School of Law. It's actually very cheap to go there. I am not affiliated with them. I'm just looking at their Wikipedia page. And I am astonished by that price. So Google it just to see the price.
I'm already in Missouri already. I might as well go to Missouri. And if you're interested in it, take a look at the other trials in the other countries. See how the other countries handled this wackadoodle shit.
Exactly.
See what happens.
Also, Salem changed their name. They're called Danvers.
Danvers?
Yeah, that's like their like official like town name, but it is still like, well, like the city is Danvers and it's like Salem town.
Like Niagara Falls. It's like Niagara Falls, but then when you get more in, it's like the town of Niagara.
Town of Niagara. I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
So it's like Danvers, but then when you go to Salem is like the center, like Salem.
Yeah.
Huh.
And they did issue an apology. The state of Massachusetts issued an apology in the 1900s, being like, oops, sorry.
Sorry. Giles Corey in the grave is just like, fuck this town.
Fuck your sheriff.
And that will be it for the podcast this time around. I'm Gabby.
I'm Alyson.
And see you guys next time.